bet you wanted to keep the lights off. Because we got a new name for your team. It's perfect for lights being off. Team Take a Nap. That's terrible. I just started. I should have waited to the end to give you guys a hard time. But Daddy, you got some great leaders. Seriously, Team Take over. And I know we got some RVPs getting promoted over there. And it's really an honor to be here with you all. You're part of the most exciting team in all of Primerica. I see here you got the SNSD factory, which is equivalent to $1 million earner factory. All you just got your watch or your ring or your extra diamonds. What a time to be in Primerica. So I get a shot at you now, and then a couple hours from now I get some time with you again. So I got one presentation. When my time's up now, I'll stop and then we'll start back up later on. Fair enough? And it is an honor to be here, man. Gus and Joanna were just with us at a special Millionaires Club that we had up in Ponte Vedra, Florida, with 484 of our top leaders. You had to make $50,000 a year to be invited to that. And there was a couple other special qualifications that can get you in. But what a job they did for us. So I give you everything I have anyway, but I'll tell you this right now, I know there's some of you in this room right now that didn't get recognized. That want to win. You're eating up with going out there and doing something, and I think we all start at the same place. We have to learn how to tell people our story in Primerica. Every one of us have a story, and when we learn how to tell that story, we will become successful and we'll become an attractor of people. We got to learn how to let people know where we come from. We all come from somewhere, okay? This is where I was, this is where I am, this is where I'm going. Too many of us spend way too much time on where we were. We spend too much time on where we are. Hopefully today when you leave here after this tremendous freedom event, you get focused on your family's freedom. You get focused on realizing that your family's supposed to be financially free. I don't know where you grew up. That's where I grew up. Look at my mom sporting her dadgum go-go boots. She was rocking it. This is Lodi, New Jersey. My dad, that's when he still smoked. He was very skinny. When he stopped smoking, thank God he put on some damn weight. Here's my two brothers and my sister. My brothers look like daggum girls. And then there I am over there, the little guy. This is at my uncle's wedding. I share this with you because I grew up in a family, loving family, but middle-class family. And I had two brothers that were drug addicts. The one with the dark hair on the end, he was straight for 20-something years and unfortunately passed away a year and a half ago from complications of things he did to his body a long time ago. I saw drugs at a young age. I don't just dislike drugs, I hate drugs, okay? I know what drugs can do to a family, and it pisses me off that when I got in this incredible business, I got excited. I got fired up. I went back to my high school and started talking to people, and the word got around. Have you seen Myjer? My nickname was Stick in school. Have you seen Stick Myjer? I think he's doing cocaine. Every time I see him, he's so damn hyper. And I know why you're laughing, but it's pretty sad that these are the same people that had a sign up in the locker room that said, get high on sports, not on drugs. And then I got high, I got intoxicated with an opportunity. I got fired up about an opportunity. I got jacked up that I can go make $500 a month part-time. There's me and my dad 1 week before I went to my opportunity meeting. I graduated college, I was working with him at the Daily News, and yes, I do have 2 different color laces in my sneakers. All you millennials that think you started that trend now, you're full of shit. I did that 35 years ago. Okay? I'm sorry, you're full of crap. I don't want to curse today. But it don't matter where we start, it matters where we go. That's how I looked when I went to my opportunity meeting. I wasn't dressed like that. I was dressed with my one suit that my mom and dad bought me when I graduated college. Because I had to get a real job. A real job to my mom and dad was worth 9 to 5. Work your way up the ladder of success. Get your foot in the door, and then you start working your way up to success. I grew up in a family that said this. Work hard, get a good education. and work hard, and everything will be fine. I think you should get a good education, and I think you should work hard. But as far as getting a good education and working hard and everything will be fine, that is not true. That is not the way it works in these United States of America or anywhere in North America. You better be in the right vehicle. I didn't know that in 1983 when I graduated college. What I knew is I just couldn't get a job. I went on interview after interview after interview. And it was like, what am I doing here? I don't even want this job, but I know why I was here. My mom made me go on interviews. Thank God my dad's father started one of the unions in the newspaper business, and my father worked there, my brothers worked there, and my dad got me a union card at a young age. So I worked there. Thank God one night during one of my breaks, a gentleman asked me if I was from New Jersey. And when you're from New Jersey, you don't just admit to it. I asked him, why do you ask? Because the Daily News is the New York Daily News. It was in New York. He said, oh, my vice president's looking for some people, and he's expanding. That's a lesson. If you want to learn to become a great recruiter, learn to start prospecting. I'll do a lot on prospecting in a little bit, so don't just sit here and think this is a story. This is about learning how to build a business. He prospected me. I liked my job at the Daily News. I was making $17 an hour in 1984. I watched the machine go around. I was very good at it. I worked 30 minutes and got a 30-minute break. Had every major benefit, every major medical benefit there was. Had a 75-cent prescription plan. I had a good job. But my dad made $17 an hour. And he worked there 41 years. It was a union job. The difference was I worked a half hour and got a half-hour break. My dad would work 5 minutes and get the rest of the night off, okay? The union was very strong. As a matter of fact, robots do that job right now. I didn't print the paper. I was in distribution, which we are still in distribution. Different type of distribution now. I was where the comics got put in, all the advertisements went in the comics. But all of a sudden, I get invited to an opportunity meeting. I bring a notebook. I took notes. I moved around this room. I applaud those of you in the room that are taking notes. This is a learning session. These are the notes from my opportunity meeting. April 3rd, 1984. A.L. Williams, Fortune 100 company. They opened up with, they did IRAs, they did mutual funds, they did personal life insurance company, insurance. I had one big question. It's right in the middle of the page. It's the same question people have 34 years later. Would somebody like to help me with the question? You see where, you probably have a hard time reading my handwriting, but where, can anybody read that? That says the perspective. Where do you get the prospective customers? My big question. Then they talked about licensing. That's a $600, it's a $600. 40 hours of training, 24 for the test. Rest is for practical training. Training rep. I had to do 6 sales trips. This was during the op meeting. I was taking notes. Also during the op meeting, come on. Also during the op meeting, I started writing down names of people. Because the op meeting was about distribution. They were there to find people that wanted to help them expand the company. Build a company within a company. I had my mom on there, Mike and Kathy, because they told me police officers and teachers do real well in this business. All the cops I knew, I did not want to see them again, so I said, I'm going to deal with the school teachers. Then I started dealing with friends. See number 4, it says Ack. Steve Ackaway. Down here says Geeds. He gets a check. Sanofsky got a check. And Act, I don't know why he doesn't have a check, but those 3 were my first 3 guests to my next meeting. I came back with 3 people. You are looking at the luckiest guy to ever join this business. I brought back 3 people I didn't even have in my hiring papers, is what they were called at that time. Now it's called an IBA. But I brought back 3 people, and they wanted to join. And I was like, oh shit, he's gonna steal my guys. Because that's what you people think. And they're all like, yeah, I want to get started. So my mentor was Joe Enser. Now, I was smart enough not to create a scene there, but when it was over, I said, Joe, can I see you for a second? Sure. I go, Joe, I haven't submitted my paperwork yet. He goes, no problem. You should get it submitted. I go, but they're my guys. Again, that's how new people think. It's hard to believe your leaders want you to be successful. He goes, Jimmy, I know you're people, but you got to get your paperwork in. See, the week before, I had an excuse. I didn't have the money. But all of a sudden, I had some people that were interested. I found the damn money.
Yeah, you did.
Because I wanted to get credit for it. Big lesson in that. Akaway, Ginsburg, and Sinofsky, 34 years later, are 90% of our business today. Wow. No, I applaud that. You should applaud that. Because that don't happen for most people. I don't want to mislead you. Most people, they bring onesies. I got lucky. Now, I also believe W-O-R-K creates your luck. They're both 4-letter words. I will never apologize for how hard I worked. 7 to 10 years, all I did was work. I'm meeting people here, Matt and Joe, in the daggum business. I'm talking to Matt last night. I'm like, no, wait, say that again. Because he's got somewhat broken English, but he speaks it very well. It was only a few years ago he was in a different country. But his goal, his dream was to get to this country. And he goes, he went to RVP, and he was at 43 or 46,000. And then 9 months later, he was at 300 grand of income, Jim. And I'm like, oh, slow down. I get this broken English crap, but slow down now, man. See that? And he said it multiple times. I had a conference call last night with our key guys, and I'm like, I just met a guy and his girl that weren't even in this country a couple years ago. And they went to RVP, and 9 months later, not only had the ring, not only had their second diamond, but had their third diamond.
Damn.
Now, guess what? You might be in the business and you're an RVP or you're here longer than 2 years. That might not be your story. But you can get somebody on your team that does that. How great would that be? See, those studs are on a studette's team. Maria just came up here going across 500,000 of income. Maria shared her story with me last night. She went to a meeting because the leaders told her she had to be there. She got there late, and they wouldn't let her in. They removed her from the meeting. But unlike most people, she didn't go home and pout. She stood by the door and listened for 2 hours. And now, $500 million earner. You just never know. But you better be thinking about, well, give her a hand, absolutely. Give her a hand. What I do, I opened up a plan. That's fine. Remember, Jimmy, the old conditional receipts from life insurance policies. You don't even deal with this stuff. Our old policies used to rip something off. It was a conditional receipt. If everything you told us was true, you're covered as of now. Rah, rah, shish kebab. We used to collect urine. You ain't lived yet to tell somebody, hey, go pee in this cup. And they go away. They do what they gotta do, whatever, however you do it, okay? And then they come back and hand it to you, and the thing is wet. And being a positive person, I'm like, I know it's wet because they wash their hands and it's just some damp. Or maybe it's pee. I hope it ain't pee. Then we did spit tests. We used to get people to do these spit test thing that I had people, you had to break the stick off them and they'd throw it, like, some of you, anyway, that's a whole different class. But here's my life plan. Look at the premium. $36.48, a 23-year-old person for $50,000 of coverage, level for 15 years. That's what I got. I had a plan. I'm good. Thank you. I had a plan. 36 36.48. No, thank you. 36.48. I feel like that preacher. I need a towel is what I need. Thank you, I don't need a towel, so don't go find it. But look at that, 36.48 for a 20-year-old person for $50,000 of coverage. Now a 20-year-old person for $36.48 for 35 years could have $200+ thousand of coverage depending on their rating. We just keep getting better. But it's not an accident that my premium was $36.48. Because if you look at your phone, those of you that have numbers on your phone and letters, don't look at your phone now. 3 is D, 6 is O, 4 is I, and 8 is T. 3648 on your phone is do it. Every one of my phone numbers now, my cell phone now, 716, do it. Our office number, 998, do it. Everything is, because you got to do it. Now that was a total coincidence. But to me, I believe in God, so I'm like, God was telling me to go do this. But I almost quit the business early on because I went to take the test. Now you take the test and get your result right away. Back then you took the test, and 7 to 10 days you got a thing in the mail. And in New Jersey it said, you only need to retake the part that you failed. So my ADD kicked in, and that's what I read, and I'm like, oh no, I must have failed something. Then I saw pass, I'm like, oh, I passed. God must want me to do this. No, dum-dum, you passed the test. I do believe God wanted me to do this, but even if you fail, Jim Penn, our top guy, he failed the test. It doesn't matter if you fail or not. What matters is if you're willing to keep on keeping on. See, early on, these were early on training classes. The part down there at the bottom is where we believe most people blow their business. They don't have a schedule. You better have a schedule. Plan your work and work your plan. Bob Safford taught us to break your schedule into 3 parts. From 6 a.m. to noon, from noon to 6, and from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. 3 different cycles each day to make sure you get done what you got to get done. This isn't my handwriting. This is somebody else's handwriting. It was a guy named Terry Johnson. Terry Johnson was one of my uplines. Terry Johnson, he had me up there, then he had Karen, that's not my handwriting. Paul already had a sale. Steve, right? Steve had Ira had Jim Penn. What Terry was doing for me, he was selling me on investing in my business. He was sitting down here, if you look down here, he was telling me I should buy stuff from our home office. Even though I was brand new, I should buy what was those reports, Jimbo? Consumer reports. There was a little handout we had. He wanted me to get 10 of them. The FTC report, flip charts, 10 team brochures, and I went and put together an order for $20. Now, $20 does not sound like a lot of money. But believe me, if you ain't got $20 is a lot of money. $20 34 years ago is more money than it is today. But I was coachable, and I went in business. And your uplines are here to help you, but you got to do the work. You got to be coachable. It's amazing all the support our home office gives us. That was the cost of the stuff. The Saturday Evening Post, which was a picture of Art Williams on the cover, which gave us credibility. It was 23 cents. Each kid I put together was 93 cents for one of my recruits. So I was making an investment of $1 in those people to give them an edge. I'm not telling you what you can do. You all have your systems, okay? And you go to your RVP. But I will tell you this. The greatest place to invest your money, Primerica stock is great. Mutual funds are great. It's not an orphan solicitation to get you buying that stuff. But I will tell you this. As great as those things are, there's no better place to invest money than number 1, in yourself. And then number 2, in your business. It's sad. It saddens me how many people get cheap in that whole world, okay? There's me starting to dream. I'm starting to draw my circles. People bringing people, bringing people. Jim Penn had a leg starting to go. Carrie had nothing going on over there. Fun stuff. There's Terry Johnson right there. He's hard to see. He's on my right. Those are two of my uplines. There were 7 people between Joe Encher and I. 7. They were amazing guys. But they didn't hang around. I don't know why they left. That was us in Boca Raton, Florida. We won that trip. That's Karen Ginsburg. That was our first ever Super Saturday. That's where the Maniacs were created. We made a sign, myjer Maniacs. We had our first ever t-shirts. One of our great leaders, Chickalina, was Michaelina's parents. And Chicky was like, you got what it takes, kid. You got to make t-shirts. Like, Chicky, I'm not making t-shirts. But Chicky encouraged us to go do that, and he's now passed for many years. But his spirit's still alive in our hierarchy, because just last Sunday night, we gave out a Chickalina, where we give it out at every big event we do, because if it wasn't for Chick, we would never have created the Maniacs. I don't know what your future holds, but I will tell you this, listen to people. Listen to your uplines. Have a financial freedom plan on where you're going. This is where I was. This is where I am. This is where I'm going. Joe Encher found out that I was saving $25 a week in the Daily News Credit Union. It's $100 a month. He asked me what interest I was getting on my money. I didn't know. He said, don't you think you should know? How many of you agree we should know what interest we're getting on our money? What about the rest of us? How many of you think we should know what interest we're getting on our money? Okay, a couple rules for the rest of the time with you. This means yes. This means no. And this means I don't give a shit. So if you don't give a shit, you're in the wrong place. How many of you think we should know what interest rate we're getting on our money?
Aye. Yeah.
This was me. I had a $50,000 policy. What happened? 23 years old, 36.48 for 15 years. The difference between the 36 bucks and 100 is about 70 bucks a month. For all that time turns into $621,000. I had a plan from day one to accumulate $621,000. So when people started giving me a hard time, I was focused on where I was going. If they didn't have a game plan to show me how to get 600 grand, screw them. If I started investing 200 bucks a month, down the road, I'd end up with $1.6 million. I was locked in on that. I was focused on that. I became obsessed on that. I became obsessed on saving 500 bucks a month. That would give me $3.9 million. I didn't become a multi-millionaire by accident. I had a game plan. It's not how much money you make that counts. It's how much money you keep. It's about getting the daggone game over with. Some people say, oh, you're cocky. If I come across cocky, I apologize. But I don't apologize for being confident. See, because these principles work. If you can't save a little money when you're making a little money, you will never save big money when you're making big money. Look here, I did things like this. Invested $15,000 a month, $53 million, $20 million at age 60, $12 million at age 55. I am 57 years old right now. This is from 25 years ago, this crap. And I'm certainly not the richest guy in Primerica would have this thing. But I'll tell you this, we've surpassed that number down there. All because I followed a plan. When people were saying it won't work, when people were saying, I want to see how you do. Let me see how you do first. What do you mean I want to do? I got a game, I'm going to do fine. It ain't about me, it's about you. And when I started kicking ass, like, well, you got in at the right time. Dumbass, you're the one who said you wanted to wait and see how I did. Earn an extra $1,500 a month, helping 3 or 4 families working 8 hours. You save $500 of that, $500 a month for 25 years at 9% return. That's $560 grand. Make sure you're paying yourself first. Our business built with getting more people to make $1,500 a month. Get them engaged in that. Be a dreamer, number 2. So number 1 is learn to tell your story. Number 2 is be a dreamer. Primerica is built for dreamers. Art Williams said we are built for dreamers. People that want to be somebody. People want to do something special with their life. What would you do with an extra $5,000 a month? What would you do with $10,000 a month? Making $10,000 more a month. That's $2,500 a week more. That's 500 on Monday, 500 on Tuesday, 500 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. How many do you think you can get through the weekend if you just had 500 come in for 5 consecutive darn days? Yes. Dream about it. 3, do the work. This is the one no one likes. Let's go back to dreaming. Got to do the work. What is the work? Work is making an appointment or being on an appointment. It's that simple. This isn't real difficult. I get so mad when people say, I just don't know what to do. Stop telling yourself that. You just might not want to do what you got to go do. You got to get uncomfortable. On the other side of fear, which fear is false evidence appearing real. On the other side of this pile of fear is freedom. What's this pile of fear? Somebody might say no to us. Early on in my career, every 6 weeks, we would go to Bob Saffer's fast start schools. Joanne would load us up, and hundreds of us would drive down the turnpike. And Bob always talked about distribution. Bob always talked about building RVPs. Who build RVPs? Who build RVPs? Who build RVPs? And I was conditioned in that world, praise God. But man, I wasn't a good prospector. I don't like strangers talking to me. So I didn't really want to talk to strangers. I had to relabel strangers cold market to the future friend market. That little change for me. I'm not talking to strangers. I'm talking to a future friend named Alan Abner who works at Sports Unlimited. And somebody talks to him. We start talking. Next thing you know, he's an RVP making 170 grand a year. He's got an RVP making 100 grand a year. Ain't that something? Ain't that damn something up there? Or somebody that we can't even follow talks to Jason Cueva, and when our office was in total disarray, Jason and his wife come together and say, we're not getting distracted. We're going to go do no one ever done around here. And they go do, how many recruits did you do, Jason, when you went to RVP? 57 recruits, and how much production? 33,000 of premium. They go to RVP, now making 150,000. Have somebody on their team making 100, kicking butt. Ain't that something? Yeah. His replacement is that Jehovah's Perez, who military guy, New Yorker. We have a similar bond with the New York connection. We connect like I've done with all these guys. Jehovah's and his wife now making over 200,000. So guess what? I was a whip. Weak in meeting people. But I started talking. Hi. Bob Savage said, when you go home today, you start saying hello to me. I'll never forget, I pulled up at the toll booth. Jersey Turnpike. Hello. Guy's like, give me your money. I get courage. I go into the rest stop. In Jersey, they pump the gas for you. I know that's so abnormal for everywhere else in the world, but if somebody comes up to your car, you don't get out of your car, and gas is cheap there too, it's really amazing. It's full service, and I used to pump gas. I pump gas during the gas shortage. I used to love when people say, can you check my battery? I'd open up the hood. Battery? You got one. Now that's not what they meant. They wanted me to check the water in your battery. You don't have to do that no more. But back in the day, I was a little nervous. I'm in the place, and the guy comes up. Yeah, do me a favor, give me $5 or whatever. And because that was one of my prospecting techniques. Don't get filled up in one gas station. Get $5 in a few different gas stations. And the guy's talking to me. He seemed like I got a good personality. I was committed. I was going to get a number before that night was done. I'm like, you keep your options open. I was like, yeah, up there, you know. You from around here? Well, yeah, I'm up the road a little bit. I was down here in Trenton, Jimmy, down here coming back from King of Prussia. Turned out the damn guy was on a furlough from the Trenton State Prison or something. Thank God it was before we had the SRR for him, so he's now an RVP. Just kidding. Bad joke, okay? But guess what? Stupid stuff like that turns into a funny story 30 years later when you're with your good friends, Gus and Joanna. You got to go through the crap. The question is, when you start getting through the pile of crap, are you going to accept, wait a second, I am more than halfway through this. Most people don't accept this, so they go back. And when they go back, it closes again. Instead of just saying, this is crappy, it's stinky, I hate it. Ah! I'm going to bury my head. Ah! And get through it. It's about getting through it. It's about moving on. Freedom. 50 recruits in a quarter, 1 qualified RVP in there. Get 10 recruits a month and duplicate yourself over and over again. You'll be doing 10,000 of pre's, making 10,000 of cash. Build personal relationships. The time you spend together outside the office is just as, if not more important, than time in the office. People don't quit on friends. They quit on bosses every single day. Build with youth and build with partnerships. Now, I don't mean only youth in age. I mean youth in spirit. I know 30-year-old people that, how you doing? Oh, you know, allergy season, you know, hemorrhoids been bothering me a little bit. But me, I don't like to complain. Bullshit, you've been complaining since you opened your mouth. It's unbelievable. Do you realize when someone asks you how you're doing, they really don't mean how you're doing?
Yeah.
Certain people just, and then other people, they want to one-up them. Oh, you think you got allergies? Come on, be honest. How many know somebody like this? Stay away. They're contagious. I don't watch the news. Oh, you mustn't know what's going on. You can't be alive and not know what's going on. Because enough people are going to fill you in on it. But I'm not. You know, 40 years ago, there was a half-hour news a day. Then they blessed us with 12 o'clock in the afternoon news. Then 12:30 news. Then 1 o'clock news. 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 11:30. Then CNN comes out, 24-hour news. And if that wasn't enough, for those of us that do not have picture-in-picture TVs, they created the ability to put duplicate bad crap on the TV. And if that ain't enough, now they run more bad crap along the bottom. And if that ain't enough, they run more bad crap the other way on the bottom. You got bad crap here, bad crap going this way, bad crap going that way. And we wonder why there's more people on antidepressant drugs today than ever before. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but it's pretty clear to me. And I'm not saying you might not need it.